Hello everyone. Today I will start a new topic in Jetpack Compose. So that topic name is Scaffold and Surface. And guys, if you attended any interview with Android development with Jetpack Compose, so these questions will if like 90% will ask about this the difference between scaffold and surface as well, because these are basics of our Jetpack Compose. So we should aware about that as well. So in Jetpack Compose, scaffold is a layout component. Okay, so that provides our basic structures of our applications UI, like with following with our material design principles as well, and it allows us some easily implementations of our some standard layout. Standard layout means key, let's suppose there is, if you want to use top bar, bottom bar, so basically we have to just mention top bar function inside our scaffold, so it will be so. And you can also mention some designing, like you can change your background color, or like you can mention your text custom text view as well. So I will show you one example of the scaffold as well in Android Studio. So basically, if you create a new project in our Android Studio with Jetpack Compose, so basically this main activity class will be by default created by Jetpack by Android Studio as well. So we have to remove this by default functions, and we have to create one custom function for that. We have to remove this one as well, and we have to call this function as from on create. So whenever we have to launch our application, so we have formatted that code as well. So in on create, whenever it will be launching our application, so it will be called, and it will call our my scaffold function. And here we have to be show one short example of how to use scaffold. And in a scaffold we have to show our top bar. So basically you have to be more attentive, like which brackets we are using. Basically these brackets are not useful for a scaffold. It is useful for other things, like for contents if you want to show in our screen, so that things. But in if you want to use some components of a scaffold, so inside these small brackets we have to be mentioned. Okay, basically I want to know, and we have to mention that topAppBar, and in after that we have to show how to mention title of the topAppBar. So basically title we can give here, and yeah, title. After that we have to be mention out inside the text, we have to be mention title. So here is one thing we have to mention is scaffold example. Okay, so this will be the title of our top bar. Okay, and apart from that we have to be go below one. Here we have to be mention one component, one more component, so that is called bottom bar basically. And here we can also one bottom bar will take in. And in bottom app bar, basically it will be so top bar will show on the top of the screen, and bottom bar will show on the bottom of the screen. Okay, so I will show you practically how it will be look like bottom app bar. And inside bottom app bar we have to be check one text. Okay, and inside there we can mention this is our bottom bar. And apart from that we can give one modifier for that as well. Modifier, we have to give one padding for these things as well. And need to import this dp, and here we can remove these brackets as well, and from here we have to mention like what is the content we have to provide in the entire screen, and in that one we have to be given padding values as a lambda expression, and this after that we have to be take one components that is called column. So basically in column the text will be showing in vertically it will show. So I will take one column, and with this column we have to check one modifier as well. With modifier we have to be taken as one padding, and we have to pass this padding values lambda values, and apart from that we have to be taking one another padding values. So basically we have to be check here why we have to be we are taking another one. So if you are passing padding values, let's suppose makes it easy to understand. Okay, don't make it complicated for the beginners. So this tutorial is for beginners only. Basically this here we are checking what is the issue is there. So basically the issue will be like some material function we have to be checking. Okay, but apart from that we don't think so here should be some issues. Yeah, okay, there is some brackets we are missing here. Sorry guys. Okay, apart from that here we are also missing let's suppose so here we have to mention as a text, text. So hello Jetpack Compose. Okay, so basically this text we have to be showing the entire screen. Oh my god, why it is taking so long? Okay, let's run this application. First we have to check is this working or not. Okay, after that we will teach you a surface, how we have to use the surface. So guys, here we can check bottom bar is showing as a bottom bar, and top app bar is showing as a scaffold example. So basically why it is not showing our text, so let me check why it is. I think so here we need to give. Okay, so Jetpack Compose coming because of these paddings are taking from the top bar. So because this text is hiding behind our scaffold example top bar. Okay, so that's why we have to be giving our this padding. So because we need to show below the top bar. So this is our scaffold example, a simple example of the scaffold. We can also show some snackbar messages as well by using the remember and remember coordinate scope. Okay, so guys, we are taking another example of the surface. So first we need to know about what is surface. So surface is basically in Jetpack Compose it's also it's also a component. We can say like it's a low level component which is used to define some properties like background colors, styling, shape, elevations. Inside our modifier, lots of things we have to be edit and do so to the to make more attractive UI by using these features, by using surface. So let's take one example of surface. Let's create one composable function here. My surface function name will be okay, and here we can take one surface class, and inside that we have to check one text text function, and inside this function we have to be write some text like inside surface. Okay, and yeah, we can also give some modifier of the text. Some modifier will give some padding, and yeah, padding will be 16 dp. Okay, that is great. So basically we have created text for the surface. Okay, and inside the surface we can mention like colors, how it look like, and color will be like, let's suppose color dot color dot red. We can check. Okay, we can edit your own designing purpose. Okay, we are taking as a surf shape. So basically shape we can check as a, I will take as a rounded corner shape. Basically rounded corner we have to also mention how much rounded you want or at the on the corner. Let's suppose 8 dp we are taking as a standard, and we have to also check with one elevation, and elevation is not like, wait, let's suppose tonal elevation. Let's suppose 4 dp we are taking. Apart from that we can check one modifier. So basically in modifier we can give one padding, and yeah. So this is our my surface, and if you are calling this my surface within one grid, so it will show like how our UI look like. So basically this is our surface, and inside the surface our text view is showing like inside the surface, right? So basically this is example as is one small UI if you want to create, so we can use the surface as well. So first we have to understand what is the difference between these two. After that I will create one example, combined example with scaffold and surface. Okay, so basically I am showing this text on TextPad. What is the difference between this? So basically you can mention like Jetpack Compose. Scaffold is a layout component that implements some basic components of our designing, so like topBar, bottomBar, floatingActionButtons, and in surface we can mention like a low level component which we have to mention as a background color, shape of some small UI components. Okay. After that we have to give one example, combined example with a scaffold and surface. So right now I am creating one combined example with a scaffold and surface. So here we have taking one composable function. So my let's suppose my combined example, and here we are taking as a scaffold, and apart from that here we have to be mentioned that top bar, and inside that top bar we have to as a top bar title we are checking, and inside the title we have to taking as a text, and inside this text we can mention like a scaffold and surface. Okay guys, so here we have to be careful about some brackets, because beginners will confuse which brackets we need to write, right? So here we are also taking as a content, and inside that content we are taking one lambda expressions for the value. So here we are taking as a lambda expressions, because we need to mention like inside the modifier, and we have to mention these values as well to show below the top app bar. Otherwise it will be hide just behind the top bar. So here we are taking as a surface, and inside the surface we are taking as a color of the surface. So basically color we can take as a, like, let's suppose gray color we are taking. Okay, apart from that we are taking as a shape. So rounded corner shape we can take with 8 dp rounded. Okay, and elevation no need to take like modifier, we can take as a how much modifier padding we need to give. Okay, so this padding okay, sorry, in this value we are giving that one, and this padding will give inside that the surface. Okay, and we can give as a fill max size, so it will show fully horizontally UI. And here we need to mention some column like for vertically UI zone. Okay, so in that column we can also take one modifier, and in that modifier we can take one padding. Apart from that we have to taken as one text. Here we have to mention that scaffold and we can mention as one surface. Okay guys, so here we have created combined example with surface and scaffold, and we can call this function inside on create, and let's run this application. Yeah, here is your example. So basically this gray color you can see of our surface, and inside the surface it is showing like a scaffold and surface, and just above there is one TopAppBar which we have taken here, and there is here text of the topBar is scaffold and surface. So this text is showing on the top of the screen. Okay, so guys, here this today tutorial is done. Okay, so I need one help from you guys. Please subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching guys. Please subscribe my channel and to motivate me, because I'm just getting a new tutorial again for you guys. Thank you. Please comment if you have any questions. Thanks.